Hello and welcome to Beyond the Headlines. I'm your host, Justin Schnett, and today's show is all about awesomeness, and that awesomeness is the Saco River Market. I'm so pleased to have Barbara McAllister here of the Saco River Market. Now, are you the owner? Like, how would you define your role with the Saco River Market?
Well, I'm a vendor. I'm a vendor at Frida's Table, and I'm also the president this year of the market.
Great. Now, this is located right in the Saco side of the mills, correct? Yeah.
It's the Saco side of the mill, directly behind Run of the Mill, and we have our sign out every Saturday morning. We're open from 9 to 12:30, and there's always balloons attached to the sign, and plenty of signage, so you can find your way right to the back.
Right.
And we're happily open every Saturday morning.
Now, you brought some veggies with us.
Brought some veggies. I'd like to say I picked those fresh myself this morning, but they came from
We'll just pretend.
Midnight Meadow Farm out off the Grant Road.
Great.
And they're a great farm family, great Maine farm family with 2 great kids, and they help us out at the market, and they have a fabulous little stand there. And
now, besides them, there's a lot of vendors that participate.
well, yes. This summer we have 35 vendors.
Wow.
As I like to say, 35 small businesses that contribute to the local economy. We have some organic produce, some that's not organic. We also have approximately 50 to 60 vendors in the winter.
Now, this started out as a winter market, right?
It did. We started on the Biddeford side of the market in the old mill, actually in the old mill museum. But we could not, it was very cold.
Oh, no.
It was very, very cold there, and it was very difficult to regulate the heat. So we found a location on the other side of the river and did some construction and reconstruction. And through the course of 4 years, 4 seasons really, we've taken down some walls and expanded numerous times. And that's the market that, it's really a very beautiful historic building. And that's where the market is today.
Now, when you have, like, there's probably a little bit of a perception of the mills, especially on the Saco side, that there's like a lack of energy or sort of development there. But I think anybody that, you know, having been to the Saco River Market a few times, it's sort of so full of life, and it's almost like a festival every Saturday.
Every Saturday. It's an event. We have people that come every Saturday. There's music every Saturday, and it's
from local bands.
Local bands, or a local person that plays guitar or whatever. And we're always in the market of looking for new people. So
wink, wink.
Yes. Let us know. Just email us, message us on Facebook. Every Saturday morning, it's an event. And we've had, AAA did a wonderful article, AAA magazine last January actually, about how they felt like they're coming in from the cold and they walk into this warm, loving place that feels like a speakeasy.
Right.
You know, and there's lots of energy and lots of great produce and people, and it's just a wonderful community event. And we've gotten great feedback about that.
Now, how do you make it work in the wintertime? So, like, in the back of my head, I'm saying, oh gosh, these fresh vegetables, great summertime fare. Then the winter comes, and as you saw, like last winter, it was just horrific. So, how do you make it work with so many vendors? Like, what are some of the things that are sold at the market during the wintertime?
Things like root vegetables. I mean, Maine has really discovered a creative economy. That's what I'd like to say. It's a creative economy. There are now greenhouses, there are hoop houses, there are artisans that work all winter. We have a combination of artisans and farmers, and they're just hard-working people. So there are root vegetables, there are organic greens, potatoes, things that you might not find, but Maine has really become a 4-season agricultural state at this point. So it's pretty refreshing.
And it's right sort of smack dab in between 2 cities, you know.
2 cities, and we have obviously people from Old Orchard, people from Waterboro, Wells, Kennebunk area. I mean, it's our circle is really pretty expansive. So
and they're putting in that footbridge, right, between Saco and Biddeford. And so do you think that that's really going to be of help to kind of bridge not only our 2 communities from a physicality standpoint, but help the market as well?
Yes, exactly. That bridge has now been taken actually a couple weeks ago. The old bridge has been taken away, and the new bridge will be done late September, early October, and it will bridge the North Dam Mill side to our side.
Wow.
And the bridge will literally empty out. It'll be a walking pedestrian bridge, and it will empty out onto the promenade, which is right where we are.
Well, I hope that
very
will
exciting.
be very helpful for
It's incredibly
businesses
exciting.
on both sides.
Businesses on both sides.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of maybe neighbors at the mill site, do you notice that it's been any sort of any level of difficulty, like attracting people specifically to the mills?
Not at all.
No?
Not at all.
That's
We've
great.
had absolutely no problem. We have waiting lists of people that want to come in. We have a great neighbor. We have a photographer. We have people that we have a gentleman that is just opening up a martial arts center right next to us.
Oh, great.
So there are a lot of really fun, interesting things going on.
Now, you mentioned a waiting list. Is that sort of in terms of a waiting list for vendors to come in?
Waiting list for vendors.
Wow.
We try not to duplicate too much,
Right.
but we have, again, we have a lot of people that are interested in our market. In the winter, as I like to say to people, we have between 500 and 1,000 people come through our market on any given weekend, which is pretty phenomenal
Right.
for Maine, a Maine Saturday morning when it's pretty cold.
Yeah, right.
So it's great. And this year, some of our new vendors will be, we have a wonderful sushi guy, Sushi of Maine,
Oh, cool.
coming in.
Yeah. That's something unique that you don't necessarily
very
normally
unique.
see. Yeah.
Very unique. And we will have an outdoor pizza oven.
You're tempting me.
I know. So it'll be, it's indoors and out.
Right.
And it will be we're really looking forward to the upcoming winter season.
And I bet it's something nice. I mean, I know like in the wintertime, it's always sort of difficult if you're not wanting to do like a winter sport activity to try to
Sure.
find something to do, you know,
Sure.
whether with your kids or whatever,
Sure.
just to get out and out and about. And that's a nice place where now that you have the warmth,
Yes, yes.
I'm sure that's a big
very
piece
warm.
of it. You know, it's nice to have, you know, music and all kinds of fun
Well,
stuff.
and some people have said it really evokes the memory of sitting by the potbelly stove, you know, and like an old market, and you're sitting there. I mean, we've had people come in. We've had knitting groups. We've had crocheting groups. We've had people that just come in for tea and sit down with their neighbors, or coffee, and it's a community event. So we're really very pleased. We're also very kid friendly. We also have a lot of kid activities. This last weekend we had a Save the Bees weekend, where we had a live hive, courtesy of Naturally Jam, jams and honeys, and it was hugely successful, and a lot of kids, a lot of interest, and you know, bees are great pollinators. So
Oh, right. Now, that's a particular problem? I was just seeing something on like 60
Yes.
Minutes about, you know,
Yes.
we're having a bee issue.
oh
you know.
yes, yes.
You know, so I'm sure that was really helpful to
Yes,
get that awareness
and
out.
Maine is in the forefront of really trying to deal with this issue and not support anything that has genetically modified seeds. So
Right. Now, do you guys do these sort of little seminars or classes in a particular space at the market?
we have a little additional space that we have done herbal classes, and we've done kids yoga. We're always interested in anyone that is available to do something to teach that, or something to show off that sort of goes in sync with our market. We would love, again, just message us, and we're thrilled to have something that is, you know, that goes along with us.
And speaking of messaging you, how in terms of your strategy to get the word out about the market, to kind of bring people down to the mills,
Yes.
what have you been finding in terms of what's working? You know, if we want to treat this as a business, you know, how do you
Absolutely.
get that word out
Absolutely.
about bringing 500 to 1,000 people during the winter time
Right.
out on a given
Right.
day?
Well, word of mouth is the best, and neighbor bringing neighbor, friend bringing friend, and also our Facebook page, which has we have hit almost 2,000 likes now.
Wow,
We're very
that's
close to
cool.
so we'll be celebrating that. And again, the power of social media and Facebook and just the exponential power of that. And most of the individual vendors have their own Facebook pages
To help get the word out.
to help get the word out, and you can access those through our Facebook page also. We also have a website that is very user-friendly and gives you plenty of information.
To look at all the vendors and check it out
Absolutely.
ahead of time.
Absolutely.
That's great.
Great.
Now, something I noticed in the newspaper, I think it was the Courier or maybe one of the other newspapers, was a particular topic which was pretty interesting to me is the sort of the tale of the two Saco farmers markets. You know,
Yes.
we have the Saco farmers market that
Yes.
is in the parking lot of Shaw's.
Fabulous market.
And then that has been around,
Right.
since the 70s? It's
Oh,
been
gosh.
around a while.
Absolutely.
And then the Saco River Market now here at the mills. Are you noticing like this weird competition almost? Like, are you guys competing with each other? Or do you think that two can really exist within a community like ours?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is not about a competition. I mean, they have great products. We have great products. They are very much a grab and go. People that have been there for years, just great folks. Some of our vendors, their husbands are over there doing double duty. They work there, and then they at the end of market they come in. The wives are at our market. We have my three sisters Italian cookies. We have Sea Glass soap, Christmas Farm alpacas. So there's a lot of duplication. If you see them at one, you'll see them or their partners at our market. But no, there's no competition. It's not anything like that. It's a great community, and we like to think there's plenty for everyone. We're happy when everybody eats well. And
Eats local.
Eats local, eats well, supports local businesses. That's our goal. That's everybody's goal.
So one
We're on
isn't
the same
really
page.
suffering from the other really being
I
around.
don't think so.
Yeah.
I really don't think so. I mean, we're thrilled.
That's great.
know.
Yeah. Now, do you think that there's been an uptick in the amount of sort of maybe awareness from the community standpoint of eating local? I've sort of been noticing like some trends, and it seems like there's a huge market now
Yes.
for buying local from your farmer, you know, food to table, really
Absolutely.
quick, going around the bigger box sort of places. So have you noticed? Have been noticing that?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean, again, we're really not in competition with the Shaws and the Hannafords and the Market Baskets. We're really not. It's a different ball game. And you can come to our market and get absolutely everything that you need to eat well throughout the week. We have eggs, we have bread, we have great veggies, absolutely everything. Organic meats, reasonable, and you know where it's coming from. That's a big plus.
Right.
That's a big plus.
And the GMO discussion probably comes into play as well a little bit
sure,
too. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of information out there, and you know, everybody reads the news and sees that there's some problems with your food coming from far away, very, very far away.
Right.
So if you know you can get a good chicken from Brook Ridge Farm
Right.
in Leamington or Lyman, you're doing well.
Right. You know where it's coming from.
You know where it's coming from.
Right. Right.
You know where it's coming from. You know that these carrots are coming off the Grant farm,
Right.
the Grant Road, not the Grant farm.
Right. No, that's great. I know it's something on the state level we've been looking at. How can we make, you know, really Maine being the breadbasket for New England?
Well,
you know?
it's close.
Yeah.
It's really very, very close, and people are really appreciating good local food. The other thing I want to say too is we have some great artisans. We have a person that works with leather and does beautiful belts and pocketbooks. We have artists that do weavings, just incredible stuff, incredible soaps, handmade soaps, again, without any additives. All local. These are really
Making things again.
Making
I think
things.
and it's really interesting that the location is at the mills where we used to make things,
Yes,
right, in this
yes.
country, in this state, and now
Yes.
it's like we're still sort of making things,
Yes.
but in a different way.
Again, the creative economy, when you can go in and buy a shower gift, a beautiful piece of pottery from Kay Sparrow, or again, a belt from Dave, or beautiful placemats, priceless. This is priceless. And you say to the person, this is local made. This was lovingly made by
And
someone.
you see the person who made it.
And you see and you have a chat.
Right.
Again, Peggy Price, Magnolia designs these beautiful aprons, exquisite aprons. She had 2 sisters come in. Their aunt had died, and the aunt had left them the contents of her house. And there were these beautiful, as they like to say, draperies. Peggy made 2 incredible aprons from these draperies. Priceless.
Wow.
Absolutely priceless.
And who would have thought that you would take draperies into aprons?
And they
great.
loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was exquisite. So beautiful, beautiful things. From aprons to pastas. We have a small brewery, Funky Bow Brewery.
And that's
is
huge right now, the
huge.
local brewing
Local
industry.
craft beers.
Wow.
He's expanding. Paul Lorraine will be back with a pizza oven. And
I'm excited about the pizza oven.
the pizza oven is incredible. And the sushi.
Yeah.
And again, Tourmaline Farm Hill with incredible goat cheeses. And
You're making me hungry, Barb.
Irene, Fernleaf Bakery.
Oh, I love Irene.
A staple.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
Maine Coast Roast, great coffee. Fabulous
You
people.
can't beat it. That sounds
You
great.
can't beat it.
You sold me.
Terrific.
Now, where do you see the Saco River Market going? I mean, in maybe like 5 years from now. Obviously, you guys come a long way since when
We've
you
come a long way.
and you guys are organized as a nonprofit organization.
Yes.
You got a team
Yes.
of people.
Yes.
You know, where would you personally like to see this 5 years from now, and where do you think that the group is wanting to take this as you've been expanding already?
Yes.
You know, where can you go from here? I mean,
Yes.
what's next for the Saco River Market?
Yes, great question. Well, I really believe that we have to do this well. Before we expand any further, we have to really refine. We want to do it better. We want to make it more user-friendly. We have some market kids that are plotting and planning how to do a delivery service from the market door to folks' car. We also are thinking about how to expand and offer a kitchen, a fully accredited kitchen where where some of our vendors can work out of and rent, and there's grant money available for that. That's in the works. We are working on creating an EBT program so that folks can come and use EBT cards at our market. That would also broaden our base and, again, be another service to the community. So we're going to refine what we do it better, and move on.
And see where it takes you.
And see where it takes us. But we're excited. Again, community is the key, and we know that. So that's our goal.
And how can people learn more information? You've mentioned the website a few times and the Facebook page. Let's give that information out to people. Yep.
It's Saco River Winter Market on our Facebook page, because Facebook will only let us change our name once.
Facebook.
I know, the Facebook thing. And we changed it when we moved to Saco.
Yeah.
So that was our one change. So it's still under Saco River Winter Market. Lots of information there. You can message me on there anytime. I'm the content creator for the Facebook, so.
So now we know who's really posting. behind the
Yes, I
scenes.
do the posting and I do all the photography.
There's a face behind the posts.
There is.
So then go on the Facebook page to
go
get
on-
those updates. Yeah.
Yes. You can check out our website, and you can speak to anybody at the market at any time. Also, our manager is Donna Ridley, and she is a wealth of knowledge. So come on in, ask for her any time at the market if you're interested in being a vendor. She'll explain to you the whole process. And
then go to SacoRiverMarket.com.
SacoRiverMarket.com.
Okay. And you're looking for potential musicians,
Musicians,
bands.
vendors,
Yep.
Sure. Anything interesting, poetry reading, whatever. And we're going to have more events this year. We're going
good.
to have a fun winter, in spite of snow and sleet and cold.
Is there something that you're looking at potentially having that we can get a sneak peek?
Well, we will be having a big honey process,
Ooh.
which will be great. And we're going to do the other thing that we're planning is a vintage week. So a retro vintage week. So that will be
Wow.
great fun.
That sounds
Great
fun.
fun,
Well,
yes.
we'll be looking forward to it. We'll be following those updates on the Facebook
Follow
page.
those updates. It's great. It's terrific.
Great.
Again, community is the answer.
Awesome.
So join us every Saturday morning, 9 to 12:30.
Perfect. Well,
On the river.
Thank you so much, Barb, for coming on. I really
You're very
appreciate it.
welcome.
And it's really just kind of raising that awareness. And I know it's like you've been making me hungry with
I
pizza
know.
and veggies.
Lovely.
And it's
Lovely,
like, but at
lovely.
least you brought the samples that we're not allowed to eat.
Oh,
but,
yes.
but sometimes with guests, it's like, did you bring the samples? Did you bring it?
Sure,
So, no, this
sure.
is great. And really appreciate you coming on the program again.
You're very welcome.
And again, you can go to SacoRiverMarket.com and on their Facebook page to follow their updates. I'm your host, Justin Chenette, and this has been Beyond the Headlines. See you right back here next week.
Lovely.
Did we get through everything?